Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Barth and Graham Court for this 2A matchup between the Mars Planets and your North Catholic Trojans. My name is Callie Martis alongside Jack Davison, and we bring you this game live right here on the North Catholic Sports Network. Tonight is senior night, and Trojans celebrating tonight their lone senior, Chris Romali. He'll be attending Clemson University in the fall.
Chris, a longtime player on the North Catholic Trojans volleyball team. He was with them during his freshman year when they won the Whippeal Championship. He's been playing volleyball now for 9 years. Captain on the team, being that lone senior, he's got the most experience. He's trying to lead them through the season and hopefully to some playoff success as the Trojans have clinched a playoff spot.
Yeah, the Trojans, one of 3 teams to claim a playoff spot in their section, along with Shaler and Beaver County Christian. As we get underway in this one, Rainier or Riley sets the outside for Muser, but that is out. Mars gets up on the board first. Back to serve. Number 16, Will Supa. Muser is able to get it over off the top of the net. Diving effort there from Painter.
Yeah, Muser just enough to get it over the net. Hits the top and takes a dive toward the ground. Painter couldn't get there fast enough.
Muser serve. Makes it over. Miscommunication. That ball hits outside. So that'll be out. Trojans get the point.
Yeah, but Jensen and Supa running into each other there.
Supa sets the middle for Salvini. Romali gets it over, and Romali picks up his first kill of the night.
Yep, good initial block from Ryan Sharp at the front of the net. Then he tipped it back to Riley. Beautiful set for Romali.
Planets have it. And that's a big overhand hit from Glenn Jensen.
Yeah, Mars is going to need more of that from Jensen tonight if they want any chance. They've struggled a little bit this year, 1-6 in the section, 1-14 overall. Their win came against Aquinas about a week ago, where they won in 5 sets, 3-2.
That ball goes out. Daniel Lopez will be back to serve again here for the Planets. Rainier. So for Riley. Well, there for Sharp. That's blocked. Jensen to the outside. Tipped over. Ball lands in the middle of the court. Lopez serve. Right to Muser to the outside, and Trojans pick up a point. Dylan DeVore there on the outside. Planets hit this over. Muser guys it to Riley. DeVore couldn't get there fast enough to send it over the net.
And that comes with a little bit of inexperience the Trojans have. Their lone senior being Chris Romali, and then only junior is Rex Rainier. And so this is a heavily sophomore-reliant roster. They've got 8 rostered and kind of going through a bit of a rebuild right now with a team that won Whippeal championships just 3 years ago, trying to get back to that success. But sadly, it isn't like NFL or MLB where you can get the first pick of the draft after a couple rough years. You got to just hope you got some good kids coming up, because it is just high school.
Got to rely on that freshman
Yep.
class to
Step up.
start bringing talent to the team.
But this year, the Trojans just have one freshman as well. So they got one from each grade level except the sophomores.
Trojans send this over the net. Lopez is there. Mars trying to keep it alive, but that's hit out.
I think there were 6 straight bumps in a row on that play. Not a single set or spike. Just a bit of a broken volley right there. North Catholic ended up on top.
Heidelmeyer couldn't get completely in front of that one. Cachet's off his forearm and out, and that sends Glenn Jensen back the line to serve for Mars. Jensen sets it to the outside for Supa. Trojans come up with it. Romali's back to serve. Romali's serve right to Lopez. Jensen, Supa tips it.
That one would have been close. I'm not sure if Heidelmeyer would have left that. Would have been close to going out.
Yeah, those are definitely tough to judge, especially the angle Heidelmeyer was running at. Tristan Murphy to serve. Rainier. Up to Heidelmeyer. Now for Muser, gets it over out of the reach of Supa. We got a tie game here, 8-8 in set number 1. Rainier gets it over. Jensen sets Supa, and it's in.
There's a couple of nice kills there from the Mars Planets. It's when they can get the ball under control. Not like that. But when they have a controlled play and are able to get a good setup, nice couple passes beforehand, they can really pulverize the ball over the net.
Riley's serve. User. It's over, played by the libero Painter. Rainier. O'Reilly sets up Muser. That one is hit into the net there by Bryce Zachi.
Yeah, I think Zachi could have let that one go there. That was heading out of bounds. I think he was standing right in the way of the ball, so just stayed there, hoping for the best.
There's Zachi again, a miss hit. Goes into the net. Riley's serve. It's to Supa. Gets set up, and Supa gets the kill. Mars now back to serve. He will serve. Trojans lead it by 1. Molly to Riley. User calls for it. Painter. Now to Supa to Jensen. It's blocked by Sharp. Zachi gets it over. Rainier. Now for Riley. And there is DeVore. Whistle sounds. We've net violation.
Yeah, infraction on Zachi. That was a great block by Ryan Sharp to keep that play alive. Monster of a hit coming his way.
Lopez back to the line. Molly is able to play it. Riley. And Molly tips it over the net. Supa. And back over by the Planets. Rainier calls for it. Goes to DeVore. Jensen jumping up, gets enough of it, finds that far back corner. Mars ties it back up.
That was a nice tip pass. I think that was from Salvini over to his man.
Molly gets it to Muser. Molly hits it over lightly. Smart play there by Romali.
That was very impressive from Chris right there. Muser hit it up very high in the air. And those ones that are just so high up, it's very hard to judge how much time you have and prepare for that jump. So he smartly kind of just flipped it over the net. And he'll do the same.
Missed block there from the Planets. 14-12 in favor of the Trojans. User off from Riley. It's a set there to DeVore. And they're, say, Trojan point. Send Sharp back to serve again. Lopez for Supa. Jensen. Riley hits it to Romali, but he hits this out towards the
Riley
bench.
knew it. Sorry. Riley knew that one immediately. Could hear him before Chris even hit the ball, saying way off. It's just those fundamentals. Trojans with a new setter this year after losing their longtime center, Evan Camille, the senior last year, went to college, now at Duquesne University. So losing him was a big blow to the Trojans, as well as Drew Palmer. He had the height. He could hit the ball like no one else. It's almost as if he had a baseball bat whenever he was swinging for a kill. But Drew now at Western Kentucky, right?
Northern
Kentucky.
Yep.
One of the Kentuckys. But he's playing volleyball there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jensen's serve is to Rainier. That's hitting to the netting there by Petrowski.
We got ourselves a tie game right now.
Rainier. Riley gets it to Romali. Jensen. Out of Supa. Up over the net, and they're going to call a net violation against Mars, and this will be Trojans' point.
It's close right now. Maybe a bit of a surprise after the Trojans beat Mars 3-0 last time they played close to a month ago in Mars.
Mars gets it over. Huddlemeyer to Riley, tips it. Jumping back up is Petrowski. Supa gets it over, played by Romali. Huddlemeyer to Muser, Lopez, Jensen, all the way to the outside for Supa. That's blocked, and the Planets can't come up with it, and a huge point there for the Trojans. What a volley that was.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's definitely our longest one of the night. Huge win for the Trojans. That could be a momentum booster and could change the way the rest of this set goes. Because, I mean, after going back and forth like that, like 6 times, and then not ended up getting a point out of it can definitely be a bit of a letdown.
Supa gets it over, and that's way out. 19-16, and we'll get our first timeout of the night here. As the Trojans have gone up by 3. Mars trying to keep it close.
Yeah, smart call from head coach Mike Napiver. Trying not let this set get away from them, stay in it. It's still close, 3 points. Anything can happen still.
Yeah, Mars is definitely in this one, still no doubt. This would be a nice win for the Trojans, though, especially though as they're heading into the playoffs.
And they've been struggling in their last 5 games, 1-4. All losses were 3-0 sweeps. And so they've kind of been in a bit of a lull recently. They need to wake that baby up before playoffs, which will probably start in a couple weeks. Trojans have one final game on the year in a non-section matchup against Seton LaSalle this coming Thursday.
Jensen, Supa, Huddlemeyer, out for Rainier. Hit over by Muser. Painter is able to scoop it up. Jensen hits it over, but it's out of reach for Romali.
Romali tried to let that one go, hoping it would soar out of bounds. It's weird to think, Callie, seniors, you're getting out May 12th, their final day. And so in almost every spring sport, I'm sure they're going to be playing in playoffs after they're out of school.
That. Yeah.
It's kind of just weird to think about on a random Wednesday, just at home all day, and then you got to whip your playoff game.
Right. Yeah, I assume they go all throughout May.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice tip block by Ryan Sharp at the net. But especially track and field. I know the state meet is like May 29th, 30th. So it's way after some of the seniors get out.
Okay, so you guys might be even into June a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially there's some like national competitions some of the best runners can go to up in like Boston, New Balance Nationals. And those are like mid-June. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Now, Jack, I'll give you a shout-out on the broadcast. Personal best today in the 3,200.
Yeah, thank you, Callie. 10:27. But that's nothing compared to what the top guys are running around 9:20. I don't know how they do it.
Like I told you earlier, I maybe run a mile in 10 minutes. Maybe. 2, definitely not.
That's probably better than most Americans nowadays. Trojans up 5 coming to the end of the first set. 22-17 is the score. They're trying to close out set number 1 and go up 1-0.
Rainier is back to serve. Sanchi hits it over. Great diving effort there from Rainier. Huddlemeyer. Down to Muser, gets it back over. Jensen. Off for Zanchi. Rainier. Hit over by Sharp, misplayed by Jensen. And the Trojans come out on top. They lead at 23-17 in set number 1. A little bit of miscommunication there from Rainier and Sharp as that ball drops.
Yeah, not really sure what happened there. Sharp wasn't even looking at the ball. I think expecting Rainier to get it, but maybe Ryan Sharp might have been in the way a little bit.
Muser. It's over. Jensen calls for Supa the outside, and he hits that corner yet again. He's been giving the Trojans some trouble. Muser. Send into the net.
Yeah, maybe a little too nonchalant on that one. Kind of just waiting for the ball to come to him and just swung the arm a little lackadaisically.
Muser on a Huddlemeyer. And to Riley. Tipped, and that's in. 24-20 game point here for the Trojans.
And that barely got a little bit of red paint on it. That's all you need. Riley trying to close out the game, or the match.
Jensen sets Supa, and that's out, and that'll do it for set number 1. The Trojans, oh no, they're going to say they touched it.
Almost. Slightly getting ahead of us, Callie.
I got a little too excited. All right, 24-21, still game point.
And that's
there
it.
we go.
I don't think it. Did we tip it on that one? I didn't think so.
So the Trojans win set number 1, 25-21. And we are going to take a short break and return back for set number 2 right here on the North Catholic Sports Network. And welcome back to set number 2 between the Planets and the Trojans. If you're just joining us, Trojans took set number 1, 25-21. Mars will serve first. As well as Supa back to the line. Rainier to Huddlemeyer. Oh, for Muser, it's blocked. Nice block there from Nico Salvini.
Yeah, that was one of Muser's best hits so far this game. With Salvini a big presence in the middle. That one from Supa is short. Knocked down by the net.
Darren Riley will serve. Floats this one in. Supa. Jensen, and that's out. Riley hits it over. This ball just drops on the Trojans' side, and they're going to say too many hits there for the Trojans.
I didn't even see that one hit the ground. The referee called the play dead. So Captain Chris Ramaley's talking about.
Zachi will serve. User over, Painter. Now to Supa, and a kill there for Blake Novak.
Yeah, Ramaley really had no chance to get that. Rainier moved up on the play as that ball was being hit, and so Chris really had to cover the entire back half of the zone.
Zachi's serve is out. Good eye there by Ramaley there. Muser is serving for the Trojans. Jensen, a tip diving effort there by Riley. Can't come up with it. Muser, Riley, sets DeVore. Planets keep it alive. Muser to Rainier. For Molly, diving efforts, keeps it alive for the Planets.
Too short. Salvini either needed to get a nice hard set over the net or bump it over, but he was a little unaware that they'd already used 2 of their hit counts.
Jensen will serve. Molly gets it over the net, and Planets answer back. They now lead by 2 here early in set number 2. User for Riley. Molly there at a tough angle. Trying to reach back and hit that one overhand, but it goes into the net.
Planet's shown some resistance here in the second set. feel like a lot of it from the Trojans has been self-inflicted wounds. A lot of just small critical errors that have kind of been adding up on their end. But they're lucky enough to get a free one back on out-of-bounds serve from Jensen.
Huddlemeyer subs in for DeVore. Painter. Jensen. Middle there for Reiner. Lopez. Out of Jensen. Outside for Supa. Big block from the Trojans. That was all Will Petrowski.
Brick wall Will Petrowski, his second year playing volleyball. He's got some good height on him, about 6'3". He gets a monster block. But couldn't stop that one. That was a strong hit.
Back to the line is Tristan Murphy. Comes up short with that serve. Molly now heads back to the line. Jensen. Zachi. Rainier. Huddlemeyer. Now from Muser. Hit it over, and we got a net violation there against Mars, and it'll be the Trojan point. Trojans working their way back, only down by 1. Molly trying to get it over, hit there by Petrowski. Tough rebound off the net.
Yeah, a couple of uncontrolled passes from the Trojans. Added that difficult hit from Romali where he kind of just had to send it over.
Zachi now trying to play it in. Jensen almost ran into Murphy.
Yeah, that one I think should have been Murphy's. Jensen run across at the ball while Murphy had full steam ahead at it where he could directly get a nice bump over the net. That's where the small communicational errors can really add up.
Rainier to Huddlemeyer. Out for Muser. Planet's unable to come up with it, and we're tied now. 10-10. Rainier serve. Jensen. Out is Supa, misplayed there by Huddlemeyer. Supa gets it over. Molly sets up Huddlemeyer, goes to Riley. Painter. Supa now for Zachi. Riley. Serve nicely hit over. And referee blows the whistle. They're going to say Trojan point, double hit against Mars. It's a good call there. You could even tell by the way the ball went off his hands that.
I was going to say, Darren Riley, his serve had so much spin on it that the second, even after the first and then the second time, the ball was hit by the Planets. It was still spinning. Another infraction against the Planets. There's just free points that they're giving the Trojans. Let's let them crawl back into this and take a 2-point lead.
Supa out for Jensen. And Trojan point again. Trojans have climbed all the way back from that 4-point deficit, and now they're in the lead. And that's a carry against Sharp.
Yeah, too much of a catapult there. Kind of gripped the ball and sent it across. Need more of a hit style. Did a little more of like a flick of the wrist on that play.
Zachi. His serve is good. Riley plays it. DeVore able to get it over the net. Muser sets that one into the net. Goes back to the Planets.
I like the idea from him trying to just send it back over. Just to do that, I'd use one hand or use the set and control a pass. Set something up for one of your hitters.
I think if that went over, that would still be a carry the way he set that, kind of.
A little bit like Sharp's last one, but with two hands.
Rainier diving effort.
Whether it was intended or not, Jensen set up a bit of a deke there. Jumped up, but the set was headed towards Novak, and he sends it over for a Planets point. Only down one.
Salvini's serve. Makes it over Molly. Tips it up over the net. Lopez. He's it for Supa. He'll simply hit it over. Rainier out of Riley. Sets Sharp in the middle. And there's a kill for Ryan Sharp. Supa gives it to Jensen. Tips it over. A tough ball to play there. Molly and Petrowski were there.
Yeah, the two of them just slightly mistimed that one. Not quite close enough to the net. Let it trickle down below them.
DeVore. It's over the net, but that'll go out. It's over the head of Painter.
Yeah, I think Painter was going to play that one there. And after hearing an entourage of screaming from his teammates and bench, decided to skip going for it.
Huddlemeyer. Serve it short. We're tied yet again, 17-17 in set two. Huddlemeyer played that one out of bounds.
That was out by a solid 5 feet. Kept it in, unaware of his surroundings.
Good service short there for Murphy. And we're evened up yet again. A lot of back and forth here. Molly. Is this one over? Jensen. And for Rainier. Huddlemeyer. The outside for Riley. That is blocked by the Planets. serve is out. Trojan point again, Rainier.
A lot of miscues on the serves for the Planets. That really cost them kind of shooting themselves in the foot. Had at least 5 just this set. Feels a little bit like that one Trojan Nets game that we called earlier this year, Callie. It seemed like almost every other serve, the Trojan Nets were either shooting the ball too far or hitting the net every single serve. And that was an ongoing problem for every single set.
And we're going to time out here. The Trojans up by 2.
And a timeout from Mars after the Trojans ripped off a quick 3 points. After Mars had the lead, coach is really trying to keep them in this here. I think it's important enough to say the Trojans have not gone to 5 sets at all this year. It's been 4 or less, a lot of the times a sweep, either going in their favor or against them. But they've played 2 close sets to start this game against the Planets.
Yeah, it's been tight, a lot of back and forth, and I think a lot of that, like you said, just simple mistakes from both sides. Easy points being missed. Rainier. Is this one over? Misplayed by the Planets. Sent Murphy backtracking there. Rainier's serve. Gets it over. And Trojan point. Rainier serve into the net. This time Supa will serve. Molly pops up Rainier, calls off Riley. Huddlemeyer simply gets it over. Painter. Jensen finds some open space.
The Planets working their way back. Thin 2 again. They've minimized errors. Last couple plays.
Molly out for Huddlemeyer. Molly running, able to get there. Supa now for Jensen, gets it over. Again, another second straight kill there for Jensen.
Yep, they're hitting the gaps right now. Much to Coach Rick Ward's dismay for the Trojans. He calls a timeout, only up by 1 in this close affair. So like we said, the Trojans have one final game against Seton LaSalle on Thursday, a non-section matchup to close out their season before playoffs. Meanwhile, Mars Planets, eliminated from playoff contention, still have a home game against Dairy Area on Wednesday and away one at Seneca Valley to close off their season, both of those non-section games. So this being the final WPIAL 2A section game for both these teams.
Supa will serve. Molly, Huddlemeyer, sets it, Muser, gets it over the net. Supa to the middle. Molly, now to Huddlemeyer, Sharp. Back to the Planets. Jensen jumping up, and it's going to be...
They're calling an infraction on Riley.
Mars point, and we're tied. Molly, a nice diving effort, and right back at it is Jensen again.
And another timeout. This game is all but wrapped up, 23-19. And the Planets have ripped off a 5-point streak.
And this definitely hurts for the Trojans. They just can't seem to close it out here. Need to find a way to get that momentum back.
Planets are just hitting the gaps right now, not making the simple errors we're talking about. They've eradicated those from their gameplay in the last couple of volleys, and it's clearly shown and made a difference on the scoreboard. Trojans got to wake up, play the serve well. Get a good couple passes and get it to either Molly or Riley or Muser for a hit.
Sipa's serve is over. Rainier, Huddlemeyer, now for Muser, and that's out. And the Planets win set number 2, 25-23.
That's the play. That's what they were probably and should have been looking for. Going to Muser or Molly. Muser got it and had a clean look, but just sent it sailing out of the red paint.
Trojans are really going to have to try and dig deep for that momentum they had in the first set here. As we're all tied up 1-1. But before we head to set number 3, we're going to take another quick break right here on the North Catholic Sports Network. And welcome back to set number 3 between the Planets and the Trojans. Planets came all the way back, took set number 2, 25-23. Trojans are going to have to clean up their game here. Try and find that momentum again. Muser gets it over Painter. Out to Jensen. Sachi gets it. Riley. Rainier. Muser gets it over Jensen to Supa, and it's blocked by the Trojans.
Yeah, to close out that last set, Callie, the Planets tallied 6 straight points, down 23-19, came back after 2 North Catholic timeouts to end up winning the set. And they get an easy one right here as Riley's serve stonewalled by the net.
Rainier sends it to Riley. Muser hits it and it's in. Planets let it drop. Molly with a nice tip there.
That one was just misplayed off the serve from Muser. First hit on defense. Just barely makes it over the net. Easy play for Molly to send it over. Just a quick flick of the wrist.
Jensen gets it over, played by DeVore. Riley for Molly, and that's out. Lopez. It's in Ramali. Out to Riley. Over for Sharp. Diving effort from Painter is not enough. Trojans have the lead early, 4-2. Sharp's serve is short. And now the serve from Salvini, also in the net.
Yeah, Sharp's one cutting through the air. Meanwhile, Salvini is a little bit lighter, but either way, it's the same outcome. And now Chris O'Malley's found a little bit of a fire. Sparked underneath him after that hit.
Trying to get the crowd back into this one.
That's what the Trojans need. They need a little bit of momentum. Something to jumpstart their game.
Molly. It's Huddlemeyer. O'Reilly sets this over. Lopez able to get there. Supa's set just makes it over. The whistle blows. I think it's going to be against the Trojans.
Net violation. That would have been a great save from Riley, diving over to hit it with one hand, keep it alive.
Jensen's serve is in.
And that's just more of the easy stuff for the Trojans, where you're, after the play, you just walk away shaking your head, knowing that that cannot happen. They calling it.
That was a foot fault against
a foot fault.
Mars.
The Trojans luck out. They had a magic pot at the end of that rainbow.
Jensen, it to Supa, and it drops. Another instance of miscommunication there for the Trojans.
It's just like any other sport. You got to talk. You got to be calling things out. Baseball, when there's a fly ball in the air, especially in the infield, call, yell out who's got it. You got to figure it out on the fly. It's a difficult one for Riley to even try to make that set from Huddlemeyer. He's heading backwards. So he's trying to make that swing and hit over the net. Makes it 10 times more difficult than a play like that, which just barely escapes the inbounds line.
Serving is Carter Conan. For the Planets. Supa having trouble playing that off the net. Trojans with a 2-point lead is Rainier. Will serve. And that ball right in between Supa and Murphy. Good serve there from Rainier. That time that'll go out. Painter. It's over. Romali. Huddlemeyer. Out for Riley, and that's out. They want. Oh, and it's going to be Trojans' point. They said that was touched by Mars. They argued for it, and they got it.
That one was hard to tell with a rocket from Riley. He gets the ace, giving the Trojans a 4-point lead, trying to run away with set 3.
User. It's Riley back from User. It's blocked. Played by DeVore. Miss hit there from User. Unable to be played over the net. Molly to Riley. It's over to Sharp. And back for Riley. Hit by DeVore, and that is out. Supa's serve right to Rainier. Riley on a tough angle.
And that first hit made it nearly impossible for Riley to even have a chance at it. The ball spinning, coming off of Rainier. So it's very difficult for him to get a clean set. Which is why the Trojans have struggled to get strong kills. And that's just another one adding to the list of errors.
Supa hits this over, played by Romali. Riley sent to DeVore. Supa to the outside for Jensen. Nice block there by the Trojans, and Mars officially takes the lead, 13-12.
I was just saying the Trojans trying to run away with it, 12-8. And another big Mars run of 5 points.
Riley, to Romali. Diving effort keeps it alive there by Murphy, but another miss hit there from Salvini.
That's what they got to do more of. You got to find your senior, your captain, get the ball to Romali, give him a chance to take a swing at it, and just let your best player do his thing.
Muser's serve makes it over. Misplayed there by Tristan Murphy. Trying to set that one. Trojans in a point carry against Mars. Muser's serve. Makes it over, and Romali gets the kill for the Trojans. Muser's serve. Makes it over. Jensen hits it. Muser, great play to keep it alive. Romali gets it back over. Jensen, goes to Rainier. Riley, out of DeVore, and it's in.
Well, that was a competitive volley, probably best one we've seen of the day. Back and forth play from both teams, everyone jumping, trying to keep the ball alive and in their favor. And now a Mars timeout to try to halt the momentum building for the Trojans as they storm back.
The Trojans don't want to have a repeat of what happened in the second set, same kind of scenario here. Mars calling the timeout, trying to get back into this one. Trojans have to maintain their lead.
And as you said, Kelly, with the playoffs coming up, you got Shaler at the top of the division, 8-0. Perfect on the year in section, out of section 11-1. They are seeming like the team to beat. And I don't know if really anyone else in the section can compete with them. With Catholic 4-3 in second place, Beaver County Christian 3-4, Aquinas 2-5, Mars 1-6. So if the Trojans can get a win here, they'll at least finish above 500. But if not, there won't be a single other team in the section with a winning percentage.
Supa on the outside for Jensen, played by Muser, racing back to Riley, get it. And DeVore makes it back over the net. Hit back over, Riley is there. Rainier calls for it. Riley tips this over the net. Painter, that makes it over, diving effort, and the Trojans with another big point.
Ryan Sharp finishes that epic volley with a nice tip over the net. Muser with a beautiful save all the way back about 10 feet past the red line. And the Trojans up 6 now. Crowd's back into the game after a couple big volleys. And the Trojans are back in business.
Muser serves good, played by Jensen. Supa now back for Jensen into the net. Trojans go up 20-13. Muser gets this over the net. Jensen hits it out. Trojans on a hot streak right now. And this will force the Planets to take another timeout.
9 straight points for the Trojans. They were down 13-12. They've now come alive. And the fire lit underneath them.
And it all starts from those big points coming from those volleys that really start switching momentum, the big momentum changers, as we've been noticing here in this game so far. They've all gone in the Trojans' favor.
And this truly are just a mental killer for the Planets, not getting any points after all the effort on each of those volleys. And meanwhile, the Trojans win them all, so they gain that momentum.
Muser. Serve is good, hit by Zachi. Riley, down to Muser. Molly gets it over. Jensen calls for it. Supo runs there to get it. Rainier to Riley, over Molly, that's blocked. Played by Muser. Riley for Molly. And a tough break there. Mars gets the point.
A mega block from Zachi originally. Trojans got possession back. Romali took another swing. A second block from Zachi. But unfortunately for Romali, that one hit him by chance as he was standing out of bounds. Giving the Planets a point, down 7.
Rainier. So to Riley. Now for Sharp. And he gets the kill. Sharp with a good serve. So Jensen, Riley, Muser calls for it. Out of DeVore, but that'll be out. Serve is short. Nico Salvini.
I think that's the 3rd time he's done that. Just too light of a hit on the serve. Either hit in the middle or bottom of the net.
Hit by Petrowski. And he tips it over. And this will be game point.
It gets
for
the
the
Trojans within 1. Got to close it out though.
Huddlemeyer's serve is out. Jensen back over. Muser. Now to Huddlemeyer. Gives it to Romali and it drops. And the Trojans walk away with the set 3. The victory 25-16. So they're up 2-1.
And that's exactly what North Catholic needed. A bit more of a dominant standing victory by 9 points. Not one of those close ones down to the wire. First set, they won at 25-21. And the second one dropped at 23-25 in the Planet's favor. That one, a little bit more dominant and a bit of a statement.
Yeah, definitely had the momentum there towards the end, no doubt. But before we head to set number 4, we're going to take another short break here before we return to some action between the Trojans and the Planets. And here we go, set number 4. Trojans have the upper hand, 2-1 against the Planets. Supa is back to serve and is short.
And Trojans trying to carry the drive and momentum into this set. Closed off the third one with a 13-3 run to win it, but they quickly go down 2-1. After a nice tip over by the Planets.
Lopez serve. So goes Rainier. Riley on to DeVore. Kept up by Sharp. And they're going to call too many hits there for the Trojans. Needs to go right back to Mars. Lopez serve. Sneaky there, just makes it up over the net.
Couldn't tell if the Trojans were yelling sharp or short on that one. Either trying to yell for Ryan Sharp to go for that one, or just that it was a short serve. But either way, miscommunication. That one hits the ceiling or the top. I don't even know what you call the divider.
Divider, yeah, that's what I would call that.
The Trojans luck out.
Mars. It's over Riley. Now to DeVore. Miss hit there goes to Mars.
Trojans trying to call a double hit. I think on Salvini. I think it might have been Jensen. Both going for the ball, and I think they both hit at the same time, but get nothing from the judges.
Conan's serve is out. Sharp gets it over. Lopez. Over the net. Petrowski. Supa keeps it alive. Jensen. Now DeVore has it. Goes to Muser. His set too far in front of Romali.
Quick thinking and reflexes from the Planets there. That hit the ceiling and kind of plummeted to the ground a little faster than you'd usually see it coming down with that force. Misplay by Muser sends the Trojans down to a 3-point deficit early.
Jensen will serve. It's to Muser. Now to Riley. Mr. Romali. Blocked there by Reiner, and this drops behind Romali and Mars. It's another point.
Not sure what Chris is doing there. He bumped it. And then it's definitely Riley's ball, but he stayed underneath it and tried to hit it again almost.
Molly gets over Painter. On to Jensen. Supa gets there. Riley. Rainier calls for it. Sets up DeVore. Lopez. Jensen. Sets the outside. Muser sends it back over. Painter. Now to Supa, tipped by Petrowski, and it's a Trojan point. Myers serve. It's an over, but ball drops in between Rainier and Huddlemeyer.
There's just no communication there. Watching the ball drop in front of you, and then everyone just look at each other, dumbfounded. Which just have to be called.
Rainier, Huddlemeyer. To Riley. Painter, Jensen. For Supa. Rainier. Huddlemeyer sets Riley. His hit is blocked. Mars has the lead 9-4. Huddlemeyer. Romali gets that to drop. Serve is out. Now this time that's too deep for the Planets. Rainier heads behind the line. Gets over, Supa. His hit is blocked. And that drops out. Good eye there from the Trojans. Rainier, his serve skips over the net. Too tough of a play there for the Planets. Sachi calls for it. Supa hits it over. Right back at it there was Sharp. Huddlemeyer. Out to Muser, diving effort there from Jensen.
Nice give and go between Muser and Huddlemeyer. Muser with the first pass, Huddlemeyer, nice set. Muser's able to send it over in the gap.
Rainier with another good serve, misplayed. Painter, what an effort to get there. Rainier to Huddlemeyer. Out to Sharp, finds the back corner. And we're tied 10-10.
Ryan Sharp, he plays a nice middle there. Off the sets, he can get a good, quick hit off, and especially since Mars doesn't have all that much height compared to some of the best teams in the WPIAL. He's able to send it over quickly and tally a few points. Trojans get one on a net violation, and that's 6 straight for them after being down 10-5, which warrants a timeout for the Planets, trying to stop the bleeding, cauterize the wound.
Yeah, Jack, there's definitely been a lot of lead changes in this game, no doubt.
Yeah, the lead changes and the scoring runs for teams have really defined this game, as well as the simple errors that have added up for both teams. So we've got ourselves a 1-point bout in this one, the 4th set. Meanwhile, our Pittsburgh Pirates, who we all love and adore, as much as we possibly can put up with them over the last 20 years, it feels like. They're up 3-0 on Cincinnati right now, probably playing in the rain. Ryan Reynolds with the home run to start off the scoring.
He tripled then.
And he tripled. Look at that.
And O'Hearn, the single hit him in.
Reynolds getting the scoring going for the Pirates. They're on a 5-game losing streak right now, similar to the Trojans. They're 1-4 in their last 5.
He's hit into the net by Supa. Trojans with the point.
So we talked about the Pirates, Callie, them Pens.
Ugh.
Sore subject in this city right now.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, at least it wasn't a sweep, though. That's all that I asked for. Just don't get swept by Philly.
Would have been cool, though, you know. I mean, let's face it, how much longer are the big three going to be sticking around?
Yeah, that's the scary thing. Trojans get another one, 9 straight for them. Yeah, the big three coming to an end of their monstrous reign in Pittsburgh. And they're going to be forced to head to a rebuild soon, you'd have to assume. A little bit like the Trojans volleyball right now.
So kept alive by the Planets. That's hits out.
It's a great diving effort from Painter. His teammate misfired, sending it to the Trojan bench. And now a 10-point swing.
Rainier gets it over. And a Trojan point again. They're finding their rhythm here. Mars with another timeout.
A visible frustration from the Planets on the court. Knowing that this stuff just can't happen. I'd have to assume that's got to be their last timeout. I think that's 5 on the game.
Well, that would have to be. So they took
2 in the first, I think.
2 in the first.
And I think 1 in the other, in the second, and 1 in the third. So I believe that's their last.
Yeah.
I don't know, let's get some expert talk. Evan Camille, our producer here. How many timeouts does each team get? 2 per set, he says. Okay.
Okay.
We're a bit off.
I was going to say 5 total, I think, because then they took 1. Was it only 1 the first set and then 2?
Maybe, I don't know.
2. I don't know.
They're totaled at 5, I think.
Yeah.
But scoreboard says 5 timeouts remaining. That's probably what's screwing me up. But
okay, that doesn't mean anything. Okay. That's what I don't know why they have that up there then. Is that just like the
errant scoreboard?
Maybe that's just like the default.
Yeah,
like,
that's my guess.
Yeah.
Don't blame it on the broadcasters.
User hits this over and it drops. 17-11, North Catholic. Looking to put it away here in set number 4. That ball is hit out. Riley gets it over. Supa to Jensen. Goes to Muser. Now to Riley for Muser. Painter. A good dig. Trojans. Oh boy. 4 Trojans went after that ball.
Yep. Next practice, whether it's tomorrow morning or Monday, there better be a large emphasis on calling the ball and figuring out who's got it. And that better be something the Trojans work on, especially before playoffs.
Riley now for Muser. It's blocked, but it's out. Muser's serve comes up short. Coming in to serve is Carter Conan. Rainier. To Riley. Now for Ramali. Net is out.
Yeah, overswung a little bit too much on that hit. Brought his arm across the body, and that's what forced it out of bounds.
Oh,
that's what you want right there. Opposite
perfect.
Corner. Textbook hit. Chris Ramali. Exactly what he needed to do. Figured out his mistake and corrected it.
Sharp hits it over. Lopez. Jensen. Now for Painter. Muser. For Riley.
Sends it straight up in the air. And everyone stares. And nobody runs. Until it's too late.
Jensen's serve is out. Trojans get that point right back.
I feel like, Callie, I could write a manual of the different things you'd see in this game between the Trojans and Planets. No communication. Miss on serves.
Yep.
What else can we add in there?
No, I've had a couple carries here and there.
Yeah, carries.
Yeah.
Net infractions. Improper setting placement.
Ramali.
But this one's not in the manual. This is one of our better plays.
Super played by Rainier. Whistle blows, and it's going to go to Mars. Double hit against the Trojans.
Net
violation.
On Riley. That's a good volley, nullified by the violation.
Rainier. Huddlemeyer. There's Petrowski. Rainier again. Huddlemeyer. Petrowski hits it over. Suba. It's a serve and it drops in.
Planets trying to work their way back. Down 4 now. As I said before, Trojans have not gone to 5 sets all season. They're trying to. I don't know if they're trying to end that streak right now. It's cutting it close.
Ramali. Hits it over. There's Zachi. To Ramali. To Huddlemeyer. It's it to Muser. Made by Jensen. Zachi. Huddlemeyer. To Rainier. Sets up Muser. Gets it back over cleanly. Jensen. Now to Supa, and that ball takes a weird deflection.
And that's a shame for the Trojans because they had 2 possessions there. It was just textbook offense, what they wanted to do. Get a nice bump to start, and then set within the 10-foot line of the net. Have a decent chance at a well set up hit over. With some good defense from the Planets. Put a dimmer on that, and a beautiful hit from Ramali there.
Yeah, he got all of that one.
Trojans within 2.
Rainier's serve. Takes it over Jensen. Supa, that is blocked by Muser. And it's
Can the Trojans close it out
game
here?
point.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes.
Trojans come out on top 25-18, and they take this game in 3-1 over the Planets after a lot of back and forth.
You have great resilience from this Trojan squad. First set 25-21. They got the win, and then a loss 23-25. Both of those very close, but got some separation in the third set with a 25-16 win with a 13-3 run to close out the set. And then this one 25-18, excuse me.
Yeah, exciting nonetheless. Big win for the Trojans.
Yeah, especially on
here.
senior night. Even if you only got one,
Yep.
still makes all the difference.
No doubt. And we were going to have our final broadcast of the year on Monday. Boys baseball at 4 p.m. will be right here on the North Catholic Sports Network. Hard to believe it's already here.
It is crazy to believe it, Callie. Started all the way back in, I think, August.
Yeah.
I think our first football game against Knock, I believe.
I think
That was a big Trojan victory. I think it was like
right.
70-10
Yeah,
blowout or
blowout.
something. But
yeah, so we will have that for you on Monday, but that does it for tonight. I'm Callie Martis alongside Jack Davison, and the Trojans come out on top over the Planets 3-1.